Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of the TalkTrack. As we all know, today is Sunday what? Sunday 5th of January 2025. So this is also the first episode of the TalkTrack of 2025. So man, I'm excited. I would like to start this Yapcast with a quote from the Babale people from Guinea. It says, when a crocodile comes to your house, that is not the day to bring out imputa, but rather get your dancing shoes and chase after a hippopotamus. Do with that what you will. No, let me tell you, African quotes are mental. Use your brain. Think about it. What does a hippopotamus have to do with dancing shoes? I don't know, but it's there. It's there.
Those guys are special.
I don't know. I said the Babale people from which country? Benin. I don't even know which country I made up there. Ladies and gentlemen, yes. Another episode of the TalkTrack. My name is Roy, also known as the Alchemist, aka Muzamuzu, aka Mulogo, aka Kasivante, aka Isavirie, aka Omunyuwenjov. And I'm really proud to be here with you guys today. We are at Plot 8B, Kabula Road, Barrow House. The TalkTrack is an independent production of the Kara Junkies. It's edited, sound mixed, and produced by Morris, aka Just Morris, aka DJ Morris, aka Momo, aka Moro, aka Ladies Wine. We do not own any of the rights to the music playing in the background. And we also do not own any of the rights to the thoughts put forth by the members of the TalkTrack or the participants of the TalkTrack. That being said, 2025, guys. New beginnings, right? New beginnings. We put 2024 behind us. The beginnings are so new that Manchester United did not lose today. New beginnings, people. New beginnings. So that's what we're going to talk about today, because I'm feeling, and we're not talking about new beginnings in the sense of, oh, what do I want to do? Just new beginnings and the attitude people have towards new beginnings, because more often than not, life is going to put us in positions where we have to start afresh, sometimes from scratch. So, how do we navigate this whole thing of new beginnings? And it's actually apt that we're having this conversation today, because everyone is, new year, new me, new year resolutions. I'm going to go to the gym 6 days a week, and I'm going to train only my arms. That is it, Yeah, but that is a small achievable goal anyway. So, yeah. So today, I'd just like, to start with just one simple ice-breaking question. So, we all agree that new beginnings can be both exciting and intimidating, yes? So just in our own words, why do we think that is? Like, why are new beginnings? Because they're supposed to be something that, helps us look forward to something new. But why is it that we are not always ready and able to jump headfirst into new beginnings? So what makes new beginnings both, intimidating but also exciting?
I think what makes new beginnings exciting and then intimidating at the same time is the excitement comes from trying to step into the unknown. Mm-hmm. Like, it's like you're going into something, you don't know what's going to happen, but then you're hopeful. I think that the hope brings the joy. Mm-hmm. So it's like crossing into something that you have planned, and it brings up a little bit of excitement in your life. And then the fear is comes with you're actually not sure if of like wherever you're going and what possibilities are there. Mm-hmm. But then it's exciting because if what you're used to is what they call like the mediocrity, the circle of mediocrity.
Okay,
like you're used to the same routine, the same things and stuff.
So, but do new beginnings necessarily involve you moving out of your comfort zone? Yeah, because you said new beginnings usually what makes them exciting and intimidating. You said is what makes them exciting is hope for the unknown. I think in also the same way, what makes them intimidating is fear of the unknown, right? But then you said that is driven because you're jumping out of a certain circle of mediocrity or a certain circle of comfort. So does a new beginning really necessitate leaving your comfort zone? Is that a big necessity for one to term something as a new beginning?
Now let me hear from someone else. But yeah,
It's okay.
I
It's
would
okay,
say
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It calls for you leaving the usual thing and stepping into what you don't know, but are hopeful.
Does a new beginning necessitate you leaving your comfort zone?
I think so, because think about it. If something's new, you're quite, even when you think you're aware of how it's going to go, sometimes it's quite uncertain. So basically, you need to prepare. The preparation alone for what might or what might not be means you're not comfortable. That's why we're seeking for new things. That's why we're saying new me, new year, which I'm not saying, by the way. You're going to get the same old me. You guys are going to get me, probably times 4, but the same old me, okay? But I think what we're calling new, for example, you can be, I think, let me say something. We are confusing the new me, new what, those things, eh? I am the same old me, same Rowena you're going to get, guys. I'm sorry. However, this same Rowena is going to explore. You understand? I need to figure out what else can I do. If I can't, I tried, but it's okay. I want to dare myself into things I may not have or might have. Or I want to, but I've already said, But, at this point, I'm like, you know what? We are living after all, no? Gee, for as long as I'm alive, let me try things out. Whatever comes to me, good. Woohoo. Bad, next. Because there's some things we can't control. So, however, I want to keep what they call I want to be the stable or the common factor in everything I choose to do. I will try 1,000 things, but I want to stay my environment controlled in sense of who I am. Okay. And then all those other things
Okay, so what I'm getting from you is, yes, it doesn't, okay, so we are, in a sense, stepping out of a comfort zone every time we try to do something new, right? Mm-hmm. Just because we're stepping out of a comfort zone doesn't mean we are becoming entirely different people. It's just us as the same people that we were choosing to do something different, right?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, that's
because
lovely.
What is your story? 1,000 years from here, we shall not be here, fine. But there will be someone when in general terms, like how we talk, 1,000 years ago, this happened. You're among those 1,000 people 1,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like, I may not be identified by name, but when my time is gone and they're talking about our times, the things that were done, I am in those people.
That's good. So thank you for that, Rowena. So from Olivia, we got she hinted that sometimes a new beginning might entail coming out of your comfort zone, something that Rowena has reaffirmed. But we all know that, again, stepping out of your comfort zone, there is that level of discomfort. There is a level of fear. There's a certain level of uncertainty, right? So in your own words, what are some of the mindset shifts that have helped you guys embrace, starting over, that new beginning? I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. Maybe I'm doing a job I have the skills for, but I've never done before in my life. That's scary, right? I'm starting a new relationship with someone I've known for 6 months. That's scary because, you're choosing to put a lot of give this person a lot of control in your life. You're moving to a new city, a new town, a new country. That is all stepping out of a comfort zone. That is all going towards new beginnings. But it always comes with a little bit of fear and intimidation. So what mindset shifts have some of you employed to, just properly tackle new beginnings and not lose track of what it is you want to achieve? Guys, there's no wrong answer. We're just talking.
Okay, as these guys think, really, for me, I also keep talking. I don't know. So here's the thing. I don't know if it's like a mindset shift, but it's like currently, for example, I've told myself, if it feels right, do it. Who cares? At the end of the day, who cares? we spend so much time worrying and thinking and oh my God, what if? Oh my God. The other day I was telling someone, you know what? I'll not use the word, but it's the F word. I was like, if whatever happens, yeah. Because, I mean, so what? For as long as you're living, one day you're not going to be here. So I think the best thing we need to do this year, well, I'm telling myself, is that I'm going to enjoy every little bit of it. I'm going to take in all the sadness, all the happiness, you understand? So I don't know if it's a mindset shift, but I want to think it's experiencing things long enough to realize that, no matter what you do, if it's going to work, it will. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But it doesn't mean that we don't try, because, you can only do the best you can. And after that, it's the universe, it's nature, it's all of these things. Mm-hmm. That's why I keep saying we can't control what happens in our lives. Because if you want to fall in love, 6 months, you've said, for example, you're like, I'm getting into a relationship. If it feels like that is what you want to do it. And if it doesn't turn out great, you're like, hey, I experienced it. It's better than saying, oh, maybe I should have. If it feels right, keyword. If it feels right, not because it's going to make Olivia happy, not because it's going to make Phil acknowledge me, not because it's going to make Sandra respect me, not because it's going to make Jocelyn, want to associate with me, but if it feels right for you. It means I use that specific word because it still brings back core values as a person. Uh-huh. That what do I as a person consider right or wrong?
Right. Okay, so let me just piggyback off of what you said there. So you actually have spoken about a mindset change, right? Because that is an attitude, really. A mindset change is, we could call it an attitude. And yours is go for it if it seems right. Right? If it feels right for you, and it feels right for your values, and it feels right to the things that you stand for as a human being, go for it, okay? So that's a good thing, because that is one approach we can take when we're going after new beginnings, is we're not completely throwing caution to the wind, but we are giving up this continuous need for control, and we're just saying, you know what? Whatever happens with the universe happens, right? We're giving up that certain element of control. So are we all in support of that approach towards new beginnings, or is there a need to also exercise a certain amount of caution? Because remember, you're entering into scenarios and situations you have never been in as an individual, right? Just because because new beginnings, we're not necessarily reinventing the wheel. It's just new things happening to us that have never happened to us before. So because we are stepping into these new things for the first time as individuals, is there a need to exercise a certain amount of caution, and why is that?
Yeah, I would say you have to do some cautious thinking in anything that you do, right? Because you want to make sure that you're making the right decision or going the right direction in life. And I think that's where I had a hard time when you're like, is it tough to do that? Because a lot of the times of the big decisions, I've had to step back and be like, okay, I'm going to pray about this. And if I feel peace about it, then I believe it's right? But there has been a few things that I think I felt like, yes, but also I'm nervous, I'm scared. And so a lot of times I would make like a positive and negative list, right? Like almost like a checklist that listed out whether or not those negatives could outweigh the benefits, right? And so I used to do that all the time. And I remember like even the university I picked that I've been telling a few of you guys about, like it was very strict school. So there was all these negatives, like a huge list of negatives. And then there was like very few positives. And my friends looked at me and they're like, but how can you have all these negatives and still feel comfortable going there? There must be a reason that you want to go there, or that you should be going there. And so I took that as, okay, that's a challenge, that I'm supposed to be in this place, because really why else would I still have the desire to go and, follow those rules and do all of the stuff that's going to be tough over the next couple years of school. So I think there's a part that you have to take caution, but I think also that you need to look at it from like a whole backwards perspective. Like, is there positives? Is there negatives? Is there something that I can change about the situation to make it better? Is there things that I can't change? And then outweigh those.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm very, very rarely lost for a follow-up question, but right now, I'm trying to come up with one because my thing was, Rowena presented one approach and Jocelyn has presented one and then blended them because I wanted someone else to blend them. Yeah, I was going to be like, okay, so because in the way she presented her points, and I like that there is room for caution, but in the way she explained her thought process, it's like she goes from cautious thinking and laying out a strategy to then doing it and letting it roll from there, which is really lovely. Yes, Rowena, you have something to say.
What she said exactly, I do agree because that's the whole thing. Caution, yes. And that's why you go back to if it feels right. And then also, even when she put down the pros and cons of the university, I think you went with your intuition as well. And I keep saying this, there is that, we are blessed with that inner person. And every time you go against your intuition, it's going to be bad. But if you follow, especially the strongest part of your intuition, if it says, go on, do this.
Yeah.
As much as you've put caution, don't stop yourself because sometimes we miss out when we're overly cautious.
Yeah.
And you see, there is a saying we have in our local language. Enume kulachi, bigo. So basically, if you don't allow for that sort of thing to happen, then you're not going to learn from it. You can even totally do a different thing the next time, but you've gotten an experience that can be able to help you figure it out. Mm-hmm. And that's why we always say still, same thing when they say, it's known that every time you fall, you failed,
True. Yeah, that's very true.
Sometimes you falling means that's how you get up.
Yeah.
Someone said, well, Oprah had to be fired before she became Oprah. She wasn't Oprah then. She was just some young girl who didn't know what she wanted, probably. Yeah. And that being fired is part of her experience on who she is today as a person. So basically, I think caution, yes, like she said, but she still went ahead. So I want to think that's your intuition, which means if it feels right to you at the end of the day. That's all I'm thinking.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, I love that the discussion about intuition has come through because I think, and we all agree, following your gut is one of the biggest lessons that we all need to learn as human beings. There's always, like Rowena said, there's always that inner voice that pushes us to think different and pursue things differently. And us listening to that voice a bit more, I think will put us all in situations that are more comfortable for us as individuals. But just to deviate a little bit from that, just something a little bit lighthearted. What is an unexpected lesson you've learned from trying something new? Yeah, like anything. Like you entered into something, whether it was a job or it was a relationship, and whether it worked out or whether it didn't work out, that is for you guys to tell us. But in the end, what is an unexpected lesson you learned? Like something you never thought you would pick from this experience, but you actually did, and it still holds true to you to this day, and is still part of your beliefs.
Okay. So one of the biggest lessons I learned about trying out something new, getting into the new beginnings and all that. If things go well and good, celebrate, explore more. And if things do not work out, it is okay. Don't beat yourself up. Don't blame yourself. It is okay. Yeah. And I've actually gotten peace with that.
Oh. So I like that. It's, what happens. So if it works out well, it works out well. If it doesn't, it doesn't, right? And do you think, to some extent, that makes going through life easier? That giving up that level of control? Yeah.
I was going back to the previous question.
Yeah, but then you can also answer that one. I'll give you another one.
Anyway, there is one major lesson I've learned from trying out new stuff. I've always tried to doubt my inner person. I've tried to listen to whoever is trying to advise me. Yet in actual sense, I'm the best advisor for myself. So there are things I've done without listening to myself. I was like, how come it's only me that is deviating from all the other guys? All the other guys are agreeing that I should do something in a certain way, but my inner person is like, it's supposed to be done like this. And surprisingly, my inner person was feeling right about not doing what I was supposed to do. But because I didn't listen to myself, I tried to, I don't want to call it pleasing or something, but I tried to make myself believe that I'm actually wrong, which it was a very big lesson because I've landed into a lot of because of not listening to myself. So I'm taking, from that time forward, I learned to take myself, my inner person, very serious. Whatever that guy tells me, I think I'm ready to listen to that person. Because like she said, that guy always makes me feel right about what I'm thinking. Though I try to... So I think it's one of the major lessons, by the way, that I didn't expect to learn actually. Yep.
So it's, again, following your intuition, following your gut. Olivia, any unexpected lessons you've learned from trying something new?
Yeah. So I have tried. I love calling myself a daredevil. I simply try things. Like I don't need anything. Something like, you're sober and you're doing this. So I just wake up and say, I want to do this, and I'll go forward and do it if I want to. Always. So, but the lessons I've learned from all of that, sometimes it works out, and if it doesn't work out, it's okay. I tried it. I think Rowena said that. And then also there's one thing I've learned from trying things, there is always stepping into that. I love calling it stepping into the unknown. So one thing I've learned, there's always, at least from my experience, there's always something good in it for me. There's always a good lesson for me. It's always taking me to a step where I am becoming a better version of me. I don't know if you get what I mean. It's like it has always like helped me grow as a person, because honestly speaking, what is life without trying anything? I know for the things that I haven't tried, that I've chickened out, I feel of myself as a loser, like, because I always chicken out. I'm like, oops. But for the things I've been brave and stepped into the unknown, it has always added something. It's always moments of growth. Yeah.
That is quite true. For example, there are things we get to do, and then I'll give you an example of myself. You dare yourself to try something, and you're like, oh, my math is good. I thought I was horrible, especially because I hated it. But now, no choice, you get. And then, you learn that, I have leadership skills. Probably not as bad as I thought I was, Or maybe you improve on your leadership skills. You're like, oh my God, I pulled that off. Oh, I can do this. Oh, I can do that. Oh, So quite often we even discover ourselves more. You get what I'm saying? You find that for a person that maybe I've always thought I have to do things myself. And then you realize, I work well with like other people as well. You learn that, and you learn to let go a bit. You allow for life to take its turn, or for the people around you to take their turn. Being too controlling, at some point you even, you realize that why? So personally, you find that there are skills you develop. There are skills you're like, if I leave this, I can't be able to do the next thing, because I have learned how to do this from this thing that I dared to do. Yeah. When I was in media, I was once told, but media, what? I refused. I said, I'm doing media. But then I realized what media did for me. Even here, even my social skills, any other thing I choose to do is because of the skill that I learned, for example, while I was a journalist, or while I was an interviewer, or while I was investigating. All of these things, you realize that they add on to something in your life. Because lately, or even then, I would sit and not just take anything for what I've had. I'm the type of person, because of that background, I take my time. But just know when the time is up, eh?
Yeah.
Yes. However, the skill to know that this is a hoax, there's truth to this, and then there is a lot of in this.
Yeah.
It's because the telltale signs. You will read the body language. You will read the tone. Some people think all of that is not necessary, but trust me, guys, it is necessary. I will tell your tone from your text because of writing too much. Engaging with people, and you learn as human nature, even dogs, they will learn that if a human being does this, oh, that is trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, that means this. And that is how we are. And we claim to be the most intelligent ones on the planet. So ordinarily, even a child can identify that this tone, this behavior, that means this.
Yeah.
That look, I give the side, that look where the guy is like, I'm in trouble. He goes back and sits. So the look that our mothers gave us when you're with visitors.
Shout out to my mother.
You wait, we reach home, you see. But we also knew when to go to them and ask for things. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You monitor, I would always wait when she's happy. I come, I even start conversations like, yeah. Sometimes though she would surprise me because she would know, of course, what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
Better with visitors, you ask for all the things you want. But go back, the yes turns to a no. Anyways, so these are things that help you understand that, okay, maybe if you deal with a certain character like this and a different, because we're different people, no?
Yeah.
So all of these skills, they look small, but they take us through life.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, they take us through life.
And all of
That
them...
is why we respect... people say it has nothing a lot of Gen Zs these days. It's not about age. I get it, but it is about age. You know why? Because you've gotten wiser. You know how to approach things. You've studied that if something goes like this is how it's going to go down, no matter what. Almost every time it's going to go down like this.
Yeah.
So all of these things, I think, like she said, growth. But that is why you say older, wiser. Because by the time you're a certain age, you've tried so many things. Some have worked, some haven't. But each time you walk out of something, you've learned.
Yeah. Maurice, holiday, it's not about age. You said it was not about age. I told you, you grow old, you become wise. You refuse to listen. Now see. They've beaten us here, Gen Zs. There is a new generation, by the way. I don't know if it's called Generation Beta or Generation Alpha. I don't know what they're called, but apparently kids being born after 2025 or in 2025 or from 2024, that's a whole new generation. I don't know what's going to define theirs. Robots. AI. So, yeah, just to... Olivia, you had something to say? All right, she has put down the mic.
I was waiting for the other question, but yeah, I had something to say as she was talking, and then the intuition, and then stepping into the unknown. I remembered something funny. It wasn't funny. It's not like funny, but yeah, I remember when was it last year? I think it was 2022. Maurice gave me a call and is like, "Hey, I have this gig in Kampala. And I think you're the right person that can do it. I cannot do it. And now, listen, I've never hosted karaoke or student anywhere. But he's like, I know your potential. This guy has a way of convincing people and making them feel the energy.
Yeah.
So, and then I sat down. I was going to say no. But then I sat down with myself and I was like, you can do this. Like, you got this. Like, you were the school speaker for almost 6 years at your school. Like, people listen to you. Like, you have the leadership skills. So I was like, okay, yes. So when I did the mindset work before I left Ginger, the time when I landed at Georgina, I was
a star.
A star. Like, I stepped in as a star and I did the work and I shocked myself. And everyone thought this is what I do. And people were like, oh, this is nice. This is good. I was like, okay. So and the next days I was like even better. So it's when we talked about the listening to yourself, because inside I was like, yeah, I can do this actually.
Yeah.
So that's the beauty about stepping into. I convinced myself like I can do this.
Uh-huh.
I stepped in. I took the challenge, and then it was easy. That was like nothing like that.
It just worked out.
Yeah,
somehow.
and yet when I'm at, let's say, at the bubble and it's like, Olivia, be my co-MC, just because my mindset is, oh fuck, those are people. I'm not doing this. Like in.
we shall cautiously blip that. We shall blip it out in post. Yes, we shall blip it out in post.
Like, I can't even be a co-MC for like an hour with him. I'm always like chilling with my friends on my phone. Oh, I'm MC with Boris, like, But because my brain is not set to that, so there is just so much power in believing. If you set your brain like, okay, I'm gonna do this and I can do this, and then plan it out, it's just going to work out because, like you said, the growth and the experiences we've had in life, shape those capabilities that we have as individuals, and stepping into the unknown is how we get to actually see that, oh, I can actually do this. So that's why it's always good. Yeah,
there's always light at the end of the tunnel, people. So, Morris, shout out to you for putting people in very uncomfortable situations. A round of applause for Morris, ladies and gentlemen. The champion of putting people in uncomfortable situations, forcing us to succeed. Whether you want it or not, you will make it. You will make it. Anyway, so in the interest of time, as usual, I'd like to close us out with one final question. So many brilliant ideas have been brought up in regards to new beginnings. And this is why I love the talk track, That's why I love the talk track, because there is no way you're going to find a platform like this. Okay? When a madman asks people to talk, I am the madman in case you're wondering. That's just... But out there, don't call me that. But when a madman asks you questions and you answer, then there is something about you also. I'm not insulting you guys, I'm just saying. Anyway, just to close out this conversation, in your opinion, what's one thing everyone should try this year to sort of refresh their perspective? So from your experiences, the lives you've lived, the lessons you've learned, what do you want to put out there for the people who are going to listen to this probably tonight or tomorrow? What is one new thing they should try this year in 2025 to just refresh their perspectives a little bit? It could be eat more, go to the gym, date out of your usual type. I don't know. Just...
I guess I'll go with what I discussed like a few days ago with someone, was that they gave me a good perspective of also what Olivia had said, like who you surround yourself with is going to help your mindset, which is then going to do your thoughts, your behaviors, everything pours out from what you surround yourself with. So whether that's not just friends, but also what kind of movies you're watching, podcasts, books you're listening to, all of those are going to impact your mind, and therefore it's going to change you as a person, either for the better or for, the worst. So I think just trying to really think that in your life, like what is not just the person adding, but anything in your life, what is it adding to you? But also, what are you giving to it, right? Because oftentimes we might look at that part and say, oh yeah, I have good friends, they do a lot for me. But also I need to look at what do I do for them as well. So yeah, I think just what's around you, what you put your thought into, as well as your behaviors.
Ooh, lovely. Yeah, Rowena. What's one new thing that someone should try this year to just change their perspective?
This is not going to be new. I'm sure so many thousands of years ago, someone told someone in a language you don't understand to be more themselves. And by being more yourself means try things out that you want to try. Don't stop yourself because, oh my God, I've always told you this story. My father, me and my sister, we refused to go and sit for the law exams, and we told him we had failed, but we all wanted to apply for different courses, no? So he got so mad at us. It's our mom who had to literally come in and pay for school in the beginning because he was so mad. Some of our parents are old school.
Yeah? Thank God they were not denied as kids, but like...
The secrets are coming out. Eh?
No, lightly, because I wanted to do something and I stood by it. Thank God I had someone. You guys, there's always going to be someone who is going to stand by you. It may not be the entire world. Always treasure that one person that will stick by you no matter what. You know, believers, all of us have people who believe in them.
Maurice.
And I want to say, let's be more ourselves. Yes, Maurice. Olivia, I want to see you on Thursday. So we all need, I think what I would say is let's be more ourselves in a sense of listen to your inner, yourself on the inside. That's where I was talking about the temple the other day. I was like, the Bible tells us we're the temples where we keep running to structures, yeah? You listen to that God inside of you, to that being, that super being that is beyond your thoughts, because you don't know why that inner person is talking to you, okay? I'll say one thing. When I see Olivia, for example, that's why I said, let's be more ourselves. She is herself, and I'm not saying she's not, she's talking herself. Think about Olivia, for example, what he saw in you. You're quite very
Talkative.
you're outgoing, you know.
Proceed.
You're outgoing, you know, your speech is good. You make light of things sometimes. So it's very important, especially for someone who's into that sort of thing. And I'll term it as one thing, for example, media. I don't know if you've ever thought of it.
Have you?
Yes. Now, Jocelyn is a good party planner. Yes, detail. I used to think, yeah, but I was like, you know, it's like, I even got lazy at some point. I'll be like, wait, Jocelyn. Senior.
So, Jocelyn, what Rowena is saying right now that you're not hearing is, in case you ever plan an event together, you're doing all the work. So just know you had it here first.
No. I love planning a good party. My party, though, there's certain things I'll focus on more. Okay? But like, detail. And I think because I'm the type of person as well who wants detail. They have to see a tiny thing like this. They have to see it because it makes a difference. Quite often we don't think so. When I see Sandra is the type of person who can lift your spirits. Yes? So basically, she can get into things like, I'm not saying you should. Just what I see on the outside. You don't have to listen to me. But if what I'm saying is true and your inner voice says yes, it's also different. When I see Sandra, she's the type of person that lifts spirits. You can see it from her performances. You can see it from how she engages with people. So Sandra is easily the kind of person, maybe at the age of, I don't know when, can be, they call them counselors here. Or people who engage, people you talk to.
I thought you were going to say pastor.
People who are quite open, like basically, I think she's the type of person you can talk to. I think as we get older, you'll be that one where all the kids come to you, auntie. Yes, they come to you. It doesn't have to necessarily be like very exhausting things, but your energy is kind of lifting. Every time I see him, not just because he's in the music industry. For me, by the way, when I see him, the last time, all the conversations we've had, I feel like he can be a very good, for example, producer, not lightly used the way we use it in this country. By production, I mean he can make things happen. He engages with the people directly. Yes.
Mustard.
So for me, I feel like he's the kind of person, because I've engaged with him a couple of times. It's a two-way. There are people you talk to and you know they've listened and then they get back to you. So I feel like he would be that type of person. Maurice is also that kind of person, quite a creative. He's multi, talented. And usually people who are multi-talented from experience, sometimes we leave things halfway. But Maurice is the kind that is ambitious all the way. You understand? And that is a very important trait, because no matter what you put your hands on to, these are things that maybe I'm choosing to tell you in a new year, because we need to tell ourselves some positive things. And that's what I see genuinely. Okay? Yeah. So you can make things actually come to life in terms of ideas that maybe someone has not thought about. Yeah? That sounds familiar?
Father Morris.
Roy, I don't know. Roy, I'm going to say the same thing I've said to Olivia. Well, you're doing it now, but probably even more. You understand? But Roy can also do what I said Sandra can do. You get
Morris Achoge.
So Roy can also do something, for example, like what I said Sandra can do. Roy is the type of also listen, yeah, but do not judge.
I listen and I do not judge.
Yeah. However you judge, but you know when to and how to come in. You understand? So it is also very important that in the future, yes, you may be on the BBC, but handling certain a particular talk show or whatever that involves engaging people or maybe even investigating.
Ladies
Because
and
you
gentlemen.
take your time to understand. So,
Yes.
thank you.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the BBC. My name is Roy Peter Mudoku, and I will be taking you to the top of the hour. You wait, guys. I will not forget you when I hit the stars. Don't worry. Anyway, yeah. So, wow, Rowena, thank you for that. Now you've made us all emotional. I don't know what to do. Because we're all, it was like we're like, what are we going to tell people to do different in 2025? Change their perspective. Then you just came and told us all the good things about us. Do you even proceed from me? I'm done. I'm done. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the talk track. Over. Finished. Anyway, just so let's use the last couple of minutes. We have about 5 minutes left for those of us that haven't yet. Yeah, Sandra, Philip, and Olivia also. Something that you would advise someone to try, something new that you'd advise them to try in 2025 that can change their perspective a little bit.
One thing, love yourself more this year.
True.
Wow. Well, for me, it's not one thing. In relationships, be it intimate, if you're starting a relationship, be it with your relatives, don't ignore red flags.
Do not ignore a red flag. Let me say that again. Do not ignore a red flag.
Don't ignore red flags. Then, what experience and the way we are living our lives and what? Follow your passion. For me, passion is everything.
Okay.
Then, again, listen to yourself. Yeah, just that.
That's lovely. That's lovely.
But anyway, I would say no matter the situation or what is going on in life, choose love.
Choose love.
Choose
Guys.
love. So you meet a lot of people will disappoint you, people will they're also walking their journeys, and they're falling just like you've been falling, and you've attained a certain understanding where you're at now, that you're seeing, why are they doing that? So when I say choose love, choose to accept people the way they are, choose to love yourself, choose to spread positivity, and stay away from negativity. It doesn't build anyone. And that way, peace will prevail for everyone.
And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, on that note, Morris, you have something to tell us? We can just hear your voice today. It's okay.
If you ever set out on doing something, see it through the end, because you have less time.
I would like you to feel me falling down, because you have made a very serious point. I'm falling down. Yes, no, but this is why a platform like this is important, because nowhere else would you find like minds giving, throwing props to people. Jesus, Rowena, the things you've said about us today, man. It's a good way to start there. No, honestly, it is, because nobody will ever tell you how much they need to know that they're actually doing okay. And it's really, really touching when you hear it from someone that you've grown to admire and you've grown to, to hold in high regard, for them to say something like that. So from all of us, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you so much for all of the things you've said about us today. Morris, thank you for that BBC remark. I will not forget it. But on that note, and after all the advice we've all received, I think I just want to close it out by saying, Manchester United did not lose. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the end. That brings us to the end of today's episode of the Talk Track. Thank you all for being here with us. Again, we are on plot 8B Gabla Road, the Borough House. Check us out every Sunday. The Talk Track is an independent production of the Kara Junkies, produced, edited, and sound mixed by Maurice. I've been your host for today, Roy the Alchemist. We do not own any of the rights to the music playing in the background, or the ideas presented by the individuals participating in the Talk Track. Let us all enjoy. I think this is by far the first serious week of the year. So you guys go out, go what you have to do, and we'll see you all here next Sunday. That being said, peace out, and we'll see you all in a week. Thank you.